Okay. Yeah, let's hear some more from Sleep State Interrupt.
All right. So in this scene, there's an intervening scene between this one and the last one. But in this scene, Charles's vampires, his vampire bots, which are artificial intelligence entities, avatars, are beginning their attack. They're starting their attack. Their friend Pelopidas is also in Better World at this time, and he's providing backup. And his mission is to provide backup and to kill Kiyoko's avatar if admins show up and start using god powers.
There's a few people around here that used to have god powers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun.
All right. Hell/Mordok being his avatar, joined a hacked female avatar and one of Charles's male bots. They recited the password to 2 guerrilla guards, and they entered the 9-story ziggurat that housed the club. The huge dance floor inside was mostly empty. "Where am I going?" he messaged to Charles. A 3D map of the club opened in front of him, his avatar depicted on the entry floor. 2 levels higher, level 3 terrace was shaded red. Bat icons, presumably representing the vampires, advanced in that direction. Hell decreased the opacity of the map until he could see through it easily. Climbed 2 sets of stairs and exited onto a sprawling patio of pools, palm trees, and tiki huts. People in swimsuits and clubwear congregated around a stage. Some looked human, some were human-animal hybrids, and some went further, like a pillar of flame and a double helix. Steampunk girl, Kiyoko, knelt on the stage. "We're going to have to redo this without any cheating," she said. "How can it be cheating if you didn't state the rules?" an overdeveloped violet-haired girl said. Charles's platoon of vampires entered the crowd. They approached some of the avatars, mostly non-human ones, brushed against them, bumped into them, or placed a hand on their back. The touched avatars froze in place. No one seemed to notice. Mordok sat down at a thatch-covered tiki bar by the stage, where he could see everything, but not present an obvious target. Behind the bamboo counter, the bartender, a shirtless buff boy with long blonde hair, sidled up. "What do we have, brah?" Hell ignored him.
Sounds Hawaiian.
"Something's going on," a tiger-faced man by steampunk girl said. The purple-haired girl turned. "What?" A dark-skinned vampire woman, one of Charles's vampires, clamped a hand on Purple's right breast. She stopped moving, lips parted in mid-sentence. Tiger Furry disappeared, teleported away. Another avatar vanished, and one, a burly-looking man, drew a gun. Mordok jumped off his bar stool and pointed his arms at the burly guy. His palms dropped, and a barrel protruded from each wrist. Flechettes flew out in a blur, thwacked into the man's neck. He shook spastically, then disappeared. The vampires ran from one target to another. Avatars shouted and scattered in panic. A crimson demon unfurled bat wings and bounded into the air. Mordok fired another pair of flechettes. Both hit, spiraled downward and splashed into a pool. Club doors flew open. Men and women in guard uniforms rushed out, guns drawn. Others materialized on the patio. "Sorry, Kiyoko." Mordok put his guns on full auto and shot into the crowd, making sure to hit Steampunk Girl. She shook violently and vanished. He hit a guard, too, who disappeared, and a couple of dudes in swim trunks who just dropped and lay bleeding. Several guards fired at him. Some of the rounds hit, but his suit absorbed the damage. How much it could take, he had no idea. He vaulted over the bar counter, bullets whizzing by. Once on the other side, he grabbed the buff bot by the hair and held him in front of him as a shield. Buffbot twitched and spasmed as bullets struck his chest and head. Mordok whipped his arms under Buffbot's armpits to hold him in place. He fired at every guard in sight, again full auto. Some of the guards shook and disappeared, and others collapsed to the ground. Both his magazines were empty. It didn't look like he had refills. Crap. A sphere appeared in front of him, with a single roomy cat eye above a gaping mouth of needle-sharp teeth and with waving tentacles on top. It swiveled all the tentacles toward him. Mordok dove out the other side of the tiki hut, hearing a high-pitched screech behind him. Another cat-eye sphere appeared to his right. He kept running and reached the edge of the patio. It was a long drop, but not necessarily a fatal one. He decided to ensure it was. Mordok vaulted over the railing into the air, then jackknifed so his head pointed down. The pavement rushed toward him. He should have felt wind in his face, but that was one of the subtle effects Better World still lacked. Everything flashed red. Red switched to utter blackness. Green reboot messages and hexadecimal addresses scrolled up, beeping softly as they passed. Not a normal Better World death, where he'd appear at his login point, but this was safer. So
Awesome.
that's the end of that
That was
scene.
cool. That's one of my favorite parts of the book.